Oh!
Like I would see the accident.
Little muddy, little muddy. Yeah. Got a little mud on the old Gladdy.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I'd have to come out.
Was your window wasn't up either? You got a little mud on the inside, dude. Well, that's all right. All right, guys. So we are headed out to the Byrd Adventure Park.
20.6 miles per gallon.
Yeah, I really hate you. I'm not even looking at mine. So Gabe and I have been talking about the mileage that we're getting. There's a big mileage discrepancy between my Jeep and his.
On a full tank of gas, I've got 424 miles for range.
Yeah, mine says 309. Huh?
Pulled my fender apart.
Oh. What pulled your fender apart?
Just hitting that mud hole at like 70 miles an hour.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Mud holes are bad, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, that just means you need to buy new fenders.
I think I probably do need the super cool metal fenders.
Super cool metal fenders. How'd you do on fuel on the way?
I just ticked over to 20.5 miles per gallon.
I hate you. So you put yours took 4.3 gallons.
Yeah.
Mine took 6.5. Yeah. There's something wrong with my Jeep. Okay, it looks like we're on the Pig Trails Scenic Byway officially.
Yeah, this is a really nice road.
Yeah, I bet there's going to be some good overlooks to kind of stop, look. We can probably get some pictures maybe.
Yeah, like plan, stop if you see something.
So guys, we're headed out towards the Byrd Adventure Park to start this jamboree off, and man, there's this little pull-off on this Cass Oak Road, which is pretty freaking awesome. So we just stopped to kind of get a look at it. There's just this canyon carved through here, through this river. It's the Mulberry River we're looking at. It's just spectacular. There's just this great little pull-off and view here. Stop and kind of hang out for a minute. So we arrived at the Byrd Adventure Park and were able to set up our camp first and got a really nice camping site down by the river. We then went to the tech inspection where we lined up our Jeeps with everybody else that was there. We had time to kind of look at people's rides and kind of talk to them, get to know the people that were there. There were people from 18 different states across the country that had driven out here to this event. So it was kind of cool to get to see people's Jeeps from different parts of the country and talk to them and interact with them. It's always kind of fun to talk Jeep with people, and it's kind of a good icebreaker. We had a really good time doing that. We waited there for a while until the tech inspection started, and once it got started, it rolled along pretty good. They wanted to look at the Jeep, make sure you had good seat belts, make sure everything was kind of on the up and up before you went off on the trail, and also kind of helped you to start determining what group you should probably fall into. The Jeep Jamboree kind of tries to break up the trails into different difficulty levels so you can have some novice drivers there as well as really experienced drivers with highly modified rigs and stock rigs as well. And everybody can have a good time and be safe. So once we got through tech inspection, we went over to meet our trail guides and were able to talk to them a little bit about how their plan was going to be for the next 2 days. Our trail guides were going to leave the property on the Byrd Adventure Park and spend most of the time in the Ozark National Forest on Forestry Service roads, and that really interested us because, as we've stated in our previous videos, you know, we really like to try to explore the Ozarks, and I really like driving the Forestry Service road, so this was an opportunity to do some more of that. So it was pretty easy for us to fall into the group we were in. These were moderate trails. They were rating them like a 5 or a 6, and that was probably appropriate. Actually, several of the trails that we drove were actually named trails in Onyx, and that was great. Then we were able to go get some dinner at the restaurant, get back to the camp, have a few beers, and look at the stars before we started our adventure the next day. All right, guys, so we're starting the Jamboree on day 1. We're leaving the Byrd Adventure Center, and apparently it's about an 11-mile trip to the trailhead on where we're going. We're actually going to go hit some Forestry Service roads up in the Ozarks, so it should be a really good time. Let's get the day started. Kelly, this guy need help. So when we got down to the bottom at this creek bed, we stopped for lunch. Everybody fit in pretty well. It looked a little chaotic at first when we got there, but everybody was able to fit. We were able to get out and have the bag lunch that was provided us, Jeep Jamboree for the day. It was a turkey sandwich with some chips and some cookies and stuff. It was actually pretty good. Wasn't too bad. Stayed there about an hour. Had time to socialize and chit chat and get to know everybody a little bit better that was in our group. And after that, we were all pretty ready to get back on the trail and got back in our vehicles and started to climb out kind of the way we came in, and then took a little bit different roads. So
Keep going. You're good.
Got caught on the skin on the transfer case?
No, that's just all the bottom part of the bumper's all there.
Oh, well.
You got it.
So the day was almost over, and the rest of the trip out on this trail was pretty uneventful. We had a great time the first day. We really enjoyed ourselves. The trails were awesome. The guides were awesome. The people were great. We headed back to camp. There was some music that night. A bluegrass band actually had flown in for us just to play, and we got to have dinner, reminisce about the day, tell our stories, and people had all sorts of things happen to them on the trail that day. It was really a great time just for fellowship and enjoy ourselves, and they did cater dinner. And then after that, we ended up hanging out for a while. There was a bonfire to go to, and then we went back to camp and got some well-deserved rest to get started for the next day.
There you go. I got you.
You got to hit him with the